My addiction was still there. I was feeding it. I was living a double life. She didn't know what I was doing. My parents didn't know. Nobody knew. At some point in my life, I lost it all, bro. I owed the wrong people money, and that counted up to 50K. I was rock bottom. I was thinking to end it. To end what? My addictions? No, life. So I committed suicide.
Veli Özyer, better known as Ecombaba, is a self-made millionaire. This man has seen it all, from criminal activities, a suicide attempt to ending up in prison. But how did he change his life to becoming a millionaire and hanging out with the most influential people in the world?
My father got attacked by a man. I attacked this man, and the guy we fought with he was like something big in the army. Instead of celebrating Christmas with your family, you are in a prison cell, and so is your father. But I made pictures after beating him. This is the guy. I didn't want money, I needed it. And I'm looking at a podcast of Andrew Tate. I say, I'm gonna be working so hard that one day I will be sitting with people like him. The next week, I'm invited to Romania. I'm called Ecombaba, correct, but I have a lot of businesses. But I don't put my face on it. So how I make money is the most important thing.
Veli, veel mensen zullen jou beter kennen als Ecombaba, denk ik. Leuk dat je er bent. Dankjewel dat je vandaag je hele verhaal hier kon doen. Want jouw verhaal is met ups en downs. Inmiddels heb je in de e-commerce meerdere miljoenen omgezet. Je hebt business gedaan of in ieder geval veel contact gehad met Tate. Dus je hebt je netwerk behoorlijk uitgebreid. Maar dat is niet altijd zo geweest. Een aantal jaar terug was jij in Nederland. Ben je volgens mij uit huis getrapt. Je had €50.000 schuld. Het stond er allemaal een stuk minder goed voor. Ik ben heel benieuwd om daar wat meer over te ontdekken. En ik wil eigenlijk gewoon bij het begin beginnen. Kun je ons meenemen in hoe het begon met het ondernemen... en dan vooral het stuk hoe je in €50.000 schulden komt? Want dat is wel een goede min om in te beginnen, zeg maar.
Yes. So first of all, I want to start by talking English because I'm not prepared for this podcast. And I loved the email you guys sent me. So in the email it says that nothing will be cut out from this podcast. Mm-hmm. And there was no preparation that I could prepare for. And neither do you guys. And yes, I know you guys did research about me. And my audience is in English. I talk in English, and I know you guys know that I speak Dutch. So are you guys comfortable to speak English during this podcast?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with it.
English
yes,
as
of
well.
course.
So could we restart in English? I would love to do it in English.
Yeah, fine.
Yes,
All right,
let's go.
Perfect.
Yes.
Zo, moet ik even switchen naar Engels, man.
Let's go.
Yes, let's go.
Veli, I think most people know you as Ecombaba. Especially on Instagram, a lot of people can see you. And nowadays, you are into e-commerce. You have done millions of revenue. You associate with people like Andrew Tate. But it hasn't always been like that. Because a couple of years ago, you were in the Netherlands. You were 50K in debt. Just got kicked out of the house. And I really want to go through your whole story. And I want to start at the beginning. Going into how did you get in the 50K debt? And how did you start entrepreneurship? What happened there at the beginning?
So in order to answer that question, I would need to explain my whole life, actually. So I want to start from when I was a child. I was not this badass guy, the cool guy from school. I was actually bullied. So until the age of 16, I was bullied. And I had a lot of pain, you know? When you get bullied, you get pain. And in order to change, you need two things. And I had the first one. The first one was pain. The second thing you need is a vision. I was bullied, people were punching me, and my vision was to punch them back. I really wanted to take revenge. Revenge was a thing for me. So I made a hit list and I put names on the list, which I wanted to take revenge on, name by name. And yeah, I started to go to the gym at the age of 16. So at the age of 16, I started to go to the gym every single day. I started watching YouTube videos, how to fight. I started to start fighting, you know? I started with everything, and by 17, later in 17, I became a monster, bro. A six-pack, I was jacked. I knew how to fight, and that's how it started. So I took revenge on the first person, and when you punch the biggest one first, yeah, the rest is gonna be more careful. So then I started becoming a more cool guy. But yeah, it was not easy, because I was unseen. As a child, I was not the guy that you would invite to a birthday party. No, they didn't. I was just a gamer, playing RuneScape, playing all type of different games, Call of Duty, doing like these tournaments and stuff.
Als jij al eventjes onderneemt, dan herken je deze pijn vast wel. De klap in je gezicht als de BTW net even op het verkeerde moment betaald moet worden.
Je hebt lekker gedraaid het afgelopen kwartaal. Goed geïnvesteerd in voorraad, advertenties. Misschien zelfs een nieuwe medewerker aangenomen. En dan ligt er opeens een bom van een brief van de Belastingdienst op de mat.
Ja, een BTW-bedrag dat je nog moet betalen waar je net even geen rekening mee gehouden hebt. Waardoor je cashflow ineens een stuk minder goed ervoor staat. Of nog erger, je hebt het geld gewoon niet nu. Misschien moet je eerst wat voorraad verkopen voordat je kunt betalen. Misschien wil je niet ineens je hele budget opvreten met een belastingaanslag. Maar je wilt blijven doorgroeien, niet stilstaan.
En wat doe je dan? Check Bridge Fund. Een korte zakelijke lening die je vooruit helpt op deze momenten. Vanaf 5.000 tot wel 250.000 euro. Zonder gedoe, met lange looptijden of verborgen kosten.
Ja, een aanvraag duurt 5 minuten. Je krijgt binnen een paar uur antwoord en morgen staat het op je rekening. Via de link in de beschrijving kan je in 3 simpele stappen zien hoeveel jij kunt lenen. Dus wil je weten hoe je ervoor staat? Klik op de link in de beschrijving en check het gratis.
So how it started is, at that point in my life, I didn't want to be that person. Why? Why do I have to be that person? So I changed because of pain and a vision. That's the first part of my life. But now comes the thing. I went from 0 to 100 immediately. I didn't know what to do. I was getting attention from a lot of females, which I was not used to because they would never see me, right? Mm-hmm. Also, the guys. Now I was invited, but by the wrong people because now you are more a cool guy. You can fight. You can do this. Yeah, so my environment changed, and so did I. I started smoking, drinking, partying, doing all the wrong things in my life. And one day, I remember that day that kind of ruined my life. So I had 10 euros. I walked to a snack bar, in the Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was going to buy cigarettes and a milkshake. That was it. 10 euros, I put it in my pocket. On my way, when I arrived there, I saw 2 guys that I know. They're like, yo, what you doing? I said, I'm going to buy, like, whatever. They said, come, we go to this cafe in our neighborhood. It's called The Molen. So it's like a windmill or something, whatever.
Yeah.
We go, it's like a bar where men drink, We went there, I bought a Coke Zero, some cigarettes, and I had 2 euros left. And my friend, he also bought this shit. He went to a gamble thing, this slots machine.
Yeah.
He threw in his money. I don't know what the fuck that thing is. So I just did the same. I took the slots machine next to him. I threw in 2 euros 40 cents, whatever what was left. I throw that in. And I win 300 euros.
Because right away,
straight. I don't even know what I'm pressing, bro. I just
push the buttons.
Yes. And it was hitting on the lowest. I got some points. And it was already set to the highest. So I already had max bet. So I won immediately 300 euros. And that's where I became a gamble addict. Every time I went there, I started winning. And that's how you become an addict. So that was the turning point of my life. I became an addict. I was working jobs since I'm 13 years old. Picking apples at a farmer, delivering mail, whatever kind of job you can think of, I did it. I was selling ice cream. I worked in factories. I was also going to school. By the way, I was like very productive. So I was going to school. From school, you can take loans, right? In the Netherlands, you can take loans from school. And I took the maximum you can take from school.
Yeah.
I started throwing that inside as well, including my salary. I was feeding my addiction. And at one point of my life, it still was not enough because I wanted to get more money. So what happened? I started to get more active in different ways. So I started working hard, but I didn't work smart. I tried to work fast. Let me say it like that. So I started being active on the streets to feed my addiction. If you look at the most criminals, their motive is because they're feeding their addiction. That's how it started. Long story short, I was a gamble addict and I was feeding it in all ways possible. And yeah, this kept up. I had a relationship from 18 to 25 years old. Something like that. 7 years. It was what's it called? Fiancé. It was my fiancé, I engaged to her. We were living together. I finished my MBO. After that, I went to the University of Applied Sciences, which is called HBO in the Netherlands. And my addiction was still there. I was feeding it. I was living a double life. She didn't know what I was doing. My parents didn't know. Nobody knew. At some point in my life, I lost it all, bro. Everything at the same time. I owed the wrong people. I owed the money. And that counted up to 50K. When I'm talking about 50K debts, it's not school loans. It is not. It is all the debts were to wrong people or the people I love, even worse. My parents, everyone around me, my friends. I borrowed money from everyone and I started gambling for that one big win that was in my mind, which never came. And then at 25 years old, I was rock bottom. A lot of people talk about that, being rock bottom. So 7 years relationship, I lost it. I was living in a house, I couldn't pay rent. So I was homeless. I lost my jobs. I was an account manager. I had a good job at some point. Of course, I studied. I couldn't get a new job. Why? I had a criminal record for 5 years because I went to prison together with my father. But that's a different story I will tell later. Anyways, you might wonder how I felt at that point. Like I was thinking to end it. To end what? My addictions? No, life. So I committed suicide at 25 years old. That's the biggest regret I ever did in my life. Imagine how, fuck my feelings. Who the fuck am I? That decision, imagine your parents are getting a call. Your son suicided. I was in hospital. But you know what the thing is, guys? I don't want to make this an emotional podcast or a sad podcast. Every action I did in my life, I'm behind of that. I stand behind every action I did. So I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna tell the fun story behind that.
Very good.
So I was in the hospital. When you commit suicide, you're gonna get doctors that check your body and everything. And after that, you're gonna get someone that's gonna check your mental health. They're gonna talk with you. So I told them, yes, addictions, this, I lost everything, I don't see life, and blah, blah. Told them about my financial problems, whatever. And then I thought, okay, you know what? I'm just going to say, hey, I just did this to get attention from my parents, just to get rid of the hospital. Okay, when you get out of the hospital, you have the last conversation at, downstairs, and then you can be kicked from the hospital. I go downstairs, I talk with them, and I get the recipe of almost 1,000 euros, eigen risico, I get extra debt. So yeah, I committed suicide for financial debt, my debts got bigger. Nothing got solved. I started laughing, but this sad laugh. I walk outside, I check my pockets, last cigarette. I light my last cigarettes and I'm laughing. It was during COVID, by the way. So this is all happened during COVID. I'm 29 years old right now. And nobody could even come to visit me. So yeah.
Not your parents, not
Nobody can visit you. Only outside. So when I walked outside, there were people, but right now they are strangers for me. So yeah, then I didn't see anything in front of me anymore. I lost it all. I imagine me, 25 years old man. And before I say this, my parents, they give me the best parenthood ever. I wouldn't wish any other parent. I wouldn't wish any other life. All the lessons I learned in my journey are because of my mistakes. And I don't come from a family where I couldn't get food. No, my parents gave me everything. They took care of me. They really took care of me. But I ruined my own life by the decisions I made. So I'm behind my own responsibilities. And yeah, so how I got into business was your question. And that's what probably most of the viewers are interested in. Because yeah, I have a sad story too, just like you. But you want to make money. That's why you're probably watching this. So anyway, how did I make money? From minus 50K. So if I make 50K, I'm at zero, right? How it all started is I'm back at my parents' house full of shame. I go back, I go to my childhood room, and I know my weaknesses. I cannot focus. So what I did is I put my bed at one part. I have a very, it's my, camera. So like this. My room is like this. So I put my closet through the room so I cannot see my bed. Because if I see my bed, if I see a couch, this couch is very comfortable, by the way. I love this couch. I would lay here as well, So same for my room. If I see it, I'm tempted to. So I turn my clothes like this, no sleep. I asked my father, full of shame. I said, listen, I cannot get any job. Let me work in the factory you work in. So they are making parts of vehicles, like trucks for Volkswagen, Mercedes, and it's a hard job. Like it's all like there's only refugees there and me. Like, it was a hard job. I applied there, so that's first cash flow. I needed some cash flow in order to get my life back on track. So I had a laptop from school, and why I started with online business is because 2 of my guys in my neighborhood, I saw them in Dubai, I saw them posting some things. One of them is Kevin, the other one, I will not mention his name. I might do violence in other podcast, but today I'm a peaceful guy.
Peaceful.
So today I'm a peaceful guy.
No violence
Yes,
today.
no violence today. So anyway, these 2 guys, I messaged them. Both didn't reply. Because obviously, I'm at the bottom. They're already in Dubai. First, I was mad. Later on, I understood them. Because right now, how many people can I save? If the whole neighborhood is texting me, hey, Baba, how do you make money? Hey, I see you with Tate. How many of them can I help? How many do I want to help? You know? So how I started to make money is I saw my laptop from school, which I still had. I grabbed it, and they didn't help me, obviously. So I started Googling. I went on Google. And I'm looking, I'm like, okay, how to make money? Oh, yeah, I'm getting crypto, Forex, dropshipping, Amazon, whatever. You see all these things. And now comes the issue. I don't have money. How I'm going to make money without money? New search term. How to make money without money. So then you get freelancing, this. So what did I do? I joined all the groups on Facebook to understand how it works. Because you need to understand money in order to make money. And getting a job, no way. Why? Because 50k debts. Let me break it down. If I make 2,000 euros in a month and I keep these 2,000 euros, within 25 months, I'm at 0. So if I'm going to work 2 years and a month, I am at 0. I have nothing after 2 years and a month. And I don't have that time. I borrowed money from bad people. So I need to pay them fast. I need money fast. I don't want to go back to my past life where I made fast money. I want to earn my money. I want to deserve that money. So how did I make money? I started understanding money by going to these groups. Freelancing groups, entrepreneur groups, whatever groups. How it all started was like this. There was a guy and he said, I'm looking for someone that can make a website for me. Bro, I made a profile picture, suit, like nice suited. I'm like, I'm a professional web developer. That's what let's do a call.
Here I am.
So we went on a call together and I did my sales pitch. So yeah, I've experienced for years. Small little lies. Yeah, but bro, like instead of stealing, yeah, I lied. It's also bad. But still, yeah, I sold him a website. His budget was around 500 euros. I said to him, 1K, 1,000 euros, you will never have to look back at your website. For 500 euros, I can work within the budget. Trust me, within a month, you're going to call me and it's going to be costing you more because you're going to lose clients on your website. I closed him for 1K. He sent the money. So yeah, he wanted to send the money. Now the issue is I don't even know how to fucking make an invoice. How to make an invoice. Okay, I know how to make an invoice now. I send it. He sends the money. Bro, amazing. I had 3 euros on my bank account after he sent the money because I was minus 997 on my bank account. Yeah. So it turned green from red. That was a big win. I finally got hope again, I really had hope in myself. I trusted myself. So the next day I wake up and it was a different mindset. I'm not punching walls anymore, By the way, before I did this, I failed 4 businesses. But today I'm going to teach what you can do to make money. So I opened my laptop. Now I'm motivated. But my mind was different. I'm not looking to how to make money. I'm not watching YouTube videos. No, direct action. I need money. So I went back to the groups and I said, okay, all right. Who wants to spend money today? I'm going to look for that. So I'm looking. This guy's looking for that, this. And that's how I became a problem solver. So today, how I make money still today. I'm called Ecombaba, correct. But I have a lot of businesses. I am behind a lot of businesses. But I don't put my face on it. So how I make money? I'm a middleman. I solve problems. That's what I do. And that's how it all started. Started making money with that, around 10K. And then I went back to drop shipping. And then it worked. That's kind of how my story went.
Yeah. Quick story.
Yes.
So how did you get into the drop shipping? Because you make the first 1,000 euros. but then you're still like 49,997 euros in debt.
Yeah.
So did the dropshipping really start to help you to get out of the big debt?
Yes.
So
correct.
how long did it take for you to really see some success with dropshipping?
8 months. I was full fear, bro. To be honest, like I came from the streets before that, so my mind was directly fraud. You know, I started with ecom. The first web shop I had was called Apple Accessories, but Apple written as the Dutch Apple. I thought, okay, the search term Apple. How many people write it wrong? I tried it, completely failure. Didn't work. You know, so that didn't work. I failed a lot of things. Then I tried drop servicing. For people that go to Istanbul, you know, the Turkish thing is like well known for hair transplants. I tried to drop service that, didn't work. And drop shipping, when it worked, bro, it went super fast. For me, like I had a partner back in the day, he knew how to scale. We went it was very hard to get to 1K per day. After 1K per day, it was very easy to get to 70K per day. Yeah.
But if I listen to people around me, from 1 to 70K, for a lot of people, it's very difficult.
True.
How is it for you then different?
Well, first of all, I had nice people around me. I had the urge. I didn't want money. Like there's a difference between want and need. I didn't want money. I needed it in order to survive. Imagine you're on an island. You want food. You're gonna hunt different than if you need it. And imagine you need the money in order to feed your family. The hunt is different. Your why is different. So because I needed the money, I operated different. You know,
went all in.
I had to go all in.
And did you also did like other things in life, or just work?
What do you mean by that?
Did you just work all day, all night, or did you also do like other things in life, just normal sleep, exercise, that kind of stuff?
So I knew nothing about all that shit. To be honest, for me, it was wake up, coffee, work. That's it. At some point, I got introduced to this network of how can I say it? The people that work remotely. Yeah, the remote workers.
Digital nomads.
Yeah, the digital nomads, exactly. I was looking for that. When you talk with the digital nomads, now I got introduced to new things. Like mindset, like routines, like all these things. It was new for me. And I listened to them. So someone said, yo, why don't you run? You're fat. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I should start running. So yes, the only thing I did is I go for walks. I walk outside, clear my mind. When I'm back, I write what I was thinking about while walking, and then I execute.
So what did your life look like through that transition? Because doing maybe 1K a day can be quite life-changing if there's good profits, but doing 70K a day with good profits means you're seriously earning like good money. Yes. So what was the changes? Were you still working from your parents' home, or?
I was still at my parents' home. So first of all, in order to do 70K per day from 1K per day, you need a team. You cannot do that alone. So we had a lot of hires. We built a whole system. And to get to the 70K a day, we started there was no life. There was no life for me. I wouldn't talk with anyone. I go downstairs, I eat food, I go back upstairs, I work. There was nothing else than work. At some point, you're becoming like an NPC, you know? It's just what you do. That's what you do. The numbers I see on the screen, for me, that is not money. I didn't even realize how much money 70K is. I didn't realize how much money, I paid my debt off immediately. But I was still in the grind. Bro, I was seeing numbers on the screen. But for me, it was like a game. Like imagine you're playing GTA, you see 1 million there. Do you feel like a millionaire now? No. So for me, I was so deep in the I was hustling so hard. And I didn't even see it as money. Until I went outside. So I heard one thing, and that's beautiful. Someone said, stay with the wise, learn from the wise, but hang out with the poor. That's one thing I ever heard. I don't know where I heard it from, but it's now in my mind. So I was hanging out with so-called poor, just the friends from my past. And we went to a restaurant. I said, let's go. We go to the restaurant. I looked at the bill. I looked at my bank account, and I understood how much money I had at that point. But I didn't realize it because I was so deep in the grind.
Yeah.
How was the feeling when you were paying off your debt? It was paid off, and the day that you paid it off, it was like a long time. took a long time for you to pay it off. How was that feeling?
To be honest, I just wanted to go home and work. I was in a different, like my state of mind was different. I was happy that they are not chasing me anymore. I had no feeling, no release feeling, nothing. Like, to be honest, I just want to go home, work on my business and keep growing. Because I had at that point responsibilities. If you have employees, you're responsible for their lives. If I fail now, I'm failing for my team. So I had a different feeling. And when I paid off my debts, the only thing I knew is I'm never gonna borrow money. That's it.
Ecombaba heeft als ondernemer 2 dingen ijzersterk gedaan waar jij van kunt leren. 1, hij is all in gegaan en heeft volledig toegewijd aan zijn business. En 2, hij was niet overdreven perfectionistisch of verspeelde tijd aan dingen die bijvoorbeeld waren als de meest perfecte website die je kon maken.
Want veel ondernemers lopen vast bij hun eerste website, omdat ze niet weten hoe je iets moois bouwt dat ook nog eens goed werkt. Dit voorkom je door €7.000 te investeren in een webdesigner en je vingers te kruisen dat hij over 5 maanden klaar is.
Ja, dat is natuurlijk niet helemaal waar, want het kan binnen een paar minuten en vanaf €11 per maand met behulp van de AI-tools van Squarespace. Kies in 5 simpele vragen de structuur, kleuren en stijl en Blueprint AI bouwt de hele website voor je.
Dus een soort ChatGPT, maar dan voor content en design op maat. Design Intelligence combineert namelijk ook 20 jaar aan design experience met de nieuwste AI-technologie en stemt kleuren, lettertypes en layout op elkaar af, zodat echt alles strak eruit ziet.
Ja, en met behulp van sterke prompts kun je zelfs de productbeschrijvingen laten schrijven. Met Squarespace heb je binnen no time een website die eruit ziet alsof je al jaren in het vak zit.
Via de link in de beschrijving kun je hem gratis bouwen in een proefperiode. En ben je ready om live te gaan? Gebruik dan de code LP10 voor 10% korting op je eerste website of domeinnaam.
Did the gambling addiction ever like start having urges again? Because now you have money. You can gamble as much as you want.
Yeah. But does it have urges? Like, first of all, I was thinking, okay, why did I get this addiction? Who am I? I started looking at myself. And for example, coffee. I used to say I'm addicted to coffee. Right now, I'm not saying I'm addicted to coffee. I like coffee. I used to say I'm addicted to smoking. I'm a chain smoker. No, I like cigarettes. So right now, yes, I have urges sometimes. But it's all about your vision and how you think. Mm-hmm. So even now, if I say today, I'm not gonna drink coffee. I don't drink coffee today. Just because I know, like, I like power. I want to be a powerful man. Mm-hmm. How can I have power if I don't have power over myself?
You got discipline.
Yes.
Yeah. So how was the people around you, how did they react to you? Because you get into gambling debts, then you try to commit suicide, then you try to lock yourself up, and all of a sudden, maybe a year or 2 years later, you're making money and you've changed your whole world around. What did the people around you think about this? How did they react?
Which people?
I don't know, maybe friends, family, parents.
So if you ask me, like, which people, like, I have to think which people. So if I'm thinking, the only people that were still around me were just a couple friends that I had from the past, from childhood, and my family. The rest of the people, they slowly disappear. Like, I go with them, I cannot pay, like, they slowly disappear. So I had nobody around me. Mm-hmm. And the people that I had as friends, to be honest, I had to sacrifice them. Because when I was in this grind in my house, I still had guys that said, yo, let's go shisha. I said, hey, please don't ask me anymore to go to shisha. I really want to go. I enjoy time with you guys. But I'm right now working on my future. I am not able to go for a shisha lunch. Don't ask it to me because I'm getting tempted to go. Yeah. Stop asking it. He asked again. I blocked him immediately. No feelings. No hard feelings, bro. I'm choosing me over you. That's just what just happened. That's it. I had to sacrifice my friends. Yeah, unfortunately.
I think a lot of people that are going into the entrepreneurship journey, they have a period that they have to make sacrifices. And I also had like a period that I have to say a lot of no to friends and to family to do things. Because first, I didn't have the money. Second, I didn't want to do it because it was all a distraction. You have a path, you have a mission, and you want to go through that, you want to achieve it. So I think a lot of people understand that.
True. And that's true. So one guy that's now right now behind the scenes is like behind the camera. You can see him, but the viewers can't see him. Well, he's one of the guys that was there for me. And he's actually one of the only guys. So he knew about everything. Like his name, I can't say his name. So what I call him is Thunder. He's like beautiful from far, but far from beautiful. So that's how I call him Thunder. If you get too close to him, he might strike. So I used to work for him back in the days. He didn't really know about my addictions until one day, I told him about my suicide. And he's the only guy that came. He was driving over an hour every week to come, sit with me, have a coffee or a cigarette, and then he would drive back. That was the kind of man he was. I learned a lot from him. And to be honest, like the lessons I learned from him are way different lessons. These are life lessons. And he's a man of, he has like a lot of principles. And he was really there for me. He was actually there. And that's why I brought him here today. Because he has seen me going really from zero to hero,
Yeah. So at what point did you really think you maybe made it or started enjoying some fruits of your labor?
At what point? It was in Mexico.
Mexico.
Yeah. I'm going to get married I don't know when, but in the next years, I hope so.
Yeah.
So I don't want to give too much information about that. No. So when I started enjoying my money is when I started spending it. When you spend it, you see how much it's worth, right? So you have a bank account. Let's say you have a bank account with $1 million and you buy Red Bull. Like it's not changing really, And when I started traveling, when I started doing things I really wanted to, and I'm fucking impulsive. Like even this podcast, it was like, I'm like, yo, podcast, okay, we go, call concierge fix tickets, I'm here, I'm unprepared, neither are you guys since we're talking English, and actually you guys are doing great in English.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So there's a lot of boring podcasts in English, and I think you guys should also do more international. That's like
maybe in the future. The market is bigger for sure.
You know what the most amazing thing is? You guys are Dutch, and like Andrew Tate said, bro, Dutch people, they cut off the bullshit, straight to the point, they fly straight.
That's true.
And
man.
I think you
That's
guys
true.
would make a difference. Yeah.
We might have to look at it in the future. Give it the Lotgenoten podcast a different title and run with it.
We had
never know.
already a few people that went like...
We've
podcast
spoken
went
to
crazy,
a couple
man.
people.
Belmar, Imagazzi.
Yeah, Luke
Now
Belmar
you.
did over a million views, so we might be able to get some foot in the door.
Yeah, I guess so.
So you start enjoying the money. At what point do you decide to go to Dubai? Soon or?
So I made the mistake, and I'm laughing because I made the mistake in a previous podcast. I say too much, which was putting myself in problems.
Yeah.
So this time I'm gonna think before I'm gonna answer this one. Because normally I answer and then I don't think too much.
Too impulsive.
Yeah, a little bit too impulsive.
Yes.
So at what point did I move to Dubai? I moved to Dubai at the point where I was making too much money.
Mm-hmm.
Too much money. That, like, you have to understand, I came from the streets. Bro, I had no accountant. I didn't know shit. I didn't know anything. So yeah, Dubai was for me the place to be at because I looked around me in the neighborhood. And the people I was with, bro, like, what can you do in Netherlands? Okay, right, today. Like, what day is it today? Friday?
Saturday.
What can we do today here?
You can
have some
record a
food.
podcast,
Yeah.
drink a whiskey, smoke a cigar.
Yes. Where can you smoke a cigar inside? Tell me.
Nowhere.
Nowhere, exactly. Yes. That's what I'm trying to say. First
You
problem.
can do, there's a lot of places you can do, like the things you can do in Dubai.
Yes.
The vibe is very different. That's
There
for sure.
is, and it's never the country. It's never ever the country. I've traveled the world. It is never the country. It's the people. It's the people you are with. I could have my friends with me, and we could go to a forest in Belgium, to the Ardennen. I would have the best time of my life. We can have fun there. Like, it's never the country. It's always the people.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
What does Ecombaba do to have fun?
What does Ecombaba do to have fun? That's a good question. So I do whatever is in my mind. So right now, my current hobbies is I go horse riding. I'm throwing knives because like I want to learn how to throw knives.
That's crazy,
man.
And I want to learn how to fish because I really want to. I never caught a fish in my life, by the way.
Nee,
It's because of my father. Because in the Netherlands you have forellenvijver. Do you know that?
No.
So you pay for a certain amount of time and certain amount of fish. And bro, my father is Turkish. You paid for that. He's not gonna teach his kid there to fish. It's a challenge. Who catches the most? They go all fathers together. So yeah, I never had the opportunity to learn fishing. Bro, what there is in my mind. If I see something I like it, I do it.
That's the craziest thing you have ever tried to learn or do?
To try or do. So the craziest things I did is like just my spontaneous shit. So I was walking and I saw bungee jumping on a board and I walked to him and I said I want to jump. And I just paid. So I cannot go back. Nobody ever, like I didn't even see someone else jumping. I never even thought of bungee jumping. I just jumped. And I had Ahmad Mahmoud. Do you know him? He also does podcasts.
Yeah, I think I've heard of him. Yes.
So Ahmad Mahmoud, the first time I met him, he was talking about skydiving. It's like, I always wanted to skydive, but I never found someone to skydive with. I said, I'll go with you. I said, shake my hands. But if you shake my hands, you cannot go back. We are jumping, regardless. We shook hands and we jumped. So the first time I met Ahmad Mahmoud, we jumped from a plane. Like,
how was it for you?
Amazing. Yeah, okay, like, I can like act like a tough guy now, but I really thought I was a tough guy, but everyone in the plane was asking me like, yo, are you fine? So I don't think I looked tough there. I was just really looking tough.
A little bit sweaty maybe. Just.
I think like, you know, like I turned completely white.
Yeah.
But it is only for a couple seconds, man. So when you jump, there's a fall, but when it opens, it's all over.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
You did it as well, right? Last year?
Yes, recently I did it in Texel.
Not for
In
me.
Texel.
Yes, and we went high, and the door went open. I was in the front, and I was looking down, and I thought, yeah, fuck it.
Were you scared?
Just no.
Was there someone behind your back?
Yeah.
So did you trust the guy?
You have to.
Exactly.
You have no choice.
Need to.
What would you do? What would you do if, you know, he asks you, like, you know, the first thing, and he would say, like, yo, is this your first time? And you're like, yes, this is my first time. And he replies, yeah, me too. What would you do?
Jump as well.
Would you still go?
Yeah, of course. You need to go, man.
No,
But I wouldn't go, bro. There's no way.
No. I'm not gonna go either way.
If he says
Even if he
it-
did it 1,000 times, I'm good. I don't need to fly.
Why?
I can walk.
Why?
Don't feel the need.
You don't need it.
No.
Okay, would you go on a boat, like a small boat, in a small river, in the middle of Africa, where you also have like crocodiles and stuff? Would you do that?
It
Like you
depends.
see the crocodiles in the water.
Yes, I swear, I really want to wrestle a crocodile. That's really on my bucket list. You might laugh, but
Damn.
I've seen it. People wrestle crocodile.
The
I really
small
want
ones, or you want to wrestle a big
Okay,
one.
what is the attack a crocodile can do? It's
You
just
can
his
bite
mouth.
and roll.
Yes, a bite and a roll. And how can you stop it? You can hold his mouth, right? I think I see it as a challenge. I think if I hold it good and I don't release
No, man. I don't think it's
it, if he
possible,
rolls,
man.
I also roll. Like, bro, I got this. Like, I really trust myself, really.
The confidence
That's
is
actually
great.
the way to, like when a crocodile gets you, so he grabs an arm, they
Yeah.
start rolling. That's
Yes.
how you tear off your arm, so you have to start rolling with
Exactly,
them.
bro.
Have
I'm
you seen the
prepared.
videos?
I'm telling you, I'm prepared. I watched videos, bro.
You also already
I'm
know, man. You have
never
to go.
gonna
Yeah, but
wrestle
I have a
an
razor. I'll
alligator.
put this in his eye. You know, like he fucks around.
He has
I'll
a
put this
weapon.
razor in his eye.
He has a weapon
What's the
with
meaning
him.
of your necklace?
So now I have to tell you another story. So let me tell you the story about the razor. So it goes way back. Me as a child, at school they ask you what you want to become, right? So a lot of children in my class, they would say, I want to become a cop, a pilot, whatever. I had to reply to it. I want to become a man. Because that's how I got programmed, you know? My father, when he goes to his work, he said, right now I'm going to work, you're the man of the house. So what I want to become is a man. And at 14 years old, I got bullied at school for my mustache. So I had this light mustache, and they said, "Oh, did you drink chocolate milk?" You know, like that.
Yes.
They were like bullying me for that. I like fuck this shit. I went home, opened like the drawer of my father to find a razor blade. So I found this razor blade. I probably have it here. Yes, I actually have it here. So the razor blade here, it's this one, so the viewers can see it. This is the razor that goes inside this one. If you're fresh and you go to the bar, of course you know this. So anyway, it's this razor.
Yeah.
So I found this in my father's closet. And this razor, I pick it, I tried on my face and I fucking cut my face completely open. It's not an easy razor to use,
It's
right?
not an easy razor.
Oh, very difficult, man.
And I go to my father. I found another razor. I remove my mustache. I go to my father and I say, Baba, so Baba is father in Turkish, how do you use this thing? And he said, I don't fucking know. I was like, why do you have it then? He said, so from our village in Turkey, when you marry, when you're getting married, this is the gift they gave my father when he got married. Because when you get married, they say you became a man. And this symbolizes being a man. And for me, this was all of it. I want to become a man. You get this when you become a man. This is what I'm going to carry all my life. Because I just cut myself on my face to trying to become more beautiful. Right? So in this world, like I said, if you, like you guys know my story now, I got bullied, I tried to take revenge on a lot of people, but on the streets, it's not fair fight. You can be the best fighter ever, but there's no fair fight on the streets. And a lot of people are ugly, I would say. A lot of people are ugly. And the beard of a man is like makeup for women. You know that saying, right? And that's why I started carrying this around with me, to make people also more beautiful.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah. And,
Story.
and it's the most safest thing you can take around in life. And in Netherlands, okay, we go out tonight. It's Saturday, we're going out together. Can I take this knife with me to a club? Yes.
Really?
Why? Look at my beard,
You have
bro.
to shave your beard. of
Yes,
course,
we
in
are.
the
We
toilet.
all three look fresh,
Wow,
right?
man.
Yeah, when you go out, you need to shave your beard.
No, I can't look. I can walk to the security. I'm like, hey, bro, listen up. Just be a nice guy. People forget to be nice guys. I'm a very nice guy. I would walk to the security man. I would say, hey, bro, listen. Before you frisk me and you're gonna find something, I'll show him. I'm like, hey, I have this razor. Don't be scared. I'm not cutting you. There's no knife in it. I will show him that. And that's how I enter, because the knife is somewhere else. It's around my necklace.
And they don't see that.
He can see it, but it's an accessory at this point, right? So I thought it out well. And I just make people beautiful, especially ugly people.
Do you wear a real razor around your neck? Like
It
it's a
used
sharp
to be a
razor?
real razor, but this one is not sharp. This is from AliExpress, like $4.
Good product. Product testing.
Yes.
Damn.
A lot of people think of suicide or emo, because emo is also weirdest, you know?
Yeah.
But nah, man. I would never use a powerful thing on myself.
How was it to stay in Dubai? Come from the Netherlands. You arrived there in Dubai. How was it for you?
It was amazing. Like, first of all, for me, it was a big step, because I didn't know anyone in Dubai. I didn't know Tate. I didn't know anybody, bro. I just went to Dubai with nobody. I was completely alone. Like, I don't know anyone in Dubai. So I'm in Dubai, and I started to understand what Dubai is. Me, myself, I'm Turkish. I'm born in the Netherlands. In Netherlands, I am, how am I seen? I'm like a refugee. I came here to work. There's a judgment. So if we three walk in a supermarket, trust me, the guy will follow me if I'm gonna steal. They're not gonna follow you guys. They're gonna follow me. So here they judge me.
Yeah.
In Turkey, where I'm from, I am a tourist. They're trying to scam me. I am as Dutch as you. There I'm Dutch. I don't fit in anywhere. In Dubai, there is no normal, because there's only like 10% Emiratis, and the rest is all like mixed. You can be black, Chinese, Dutch, Turkish, doesn't matter. There's no normal. So it felt like home. And Dubai is not a country, it's like a business. It's made for entrepreneurs. Like in my house, I have 2 mates in my house. Everything is automated. Barber comes to your house. This suit is made by Mustaine. He came to my house, tailored it at my house, delivered it at my house. Dubai is made for entrepreneurs. Like, you don't have to move anywhere. You can just, at the comfort of your house, everything will be solved for you. Right now, I have 2 mates taking care of my dog. Manicure is done by my mates, because I have it in-house. I don't even have to walk outside to get all of this, you know?
Was it right away?
No.
Did you moved in that house?
I had to get, you have to deserve your spots there in Dubai. It's not easy. It's very competitive.
So, how much money or like revenue were you doing when you decided to move to Dubai? Because it's an expensive place to live. It's not free.
Yeah, so one thing I don't do really is I don't talk in numbers. Like if you want, I can pull my phone and show you that it's 10 million, 5 million, whatever you want to see, I can show it to you. But this is really mine. Is
A
the full
little bit.
business mine? You know, I can show you a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I'm following, you know, like the song of Biggie, the 10 crack commandments.
Yeah.
You know that song?
Yeah, of course.
Do you know rule number 1?
No, I don't know the
Don't
rules.
get high on your own supply.
Nah, that's like rule number 7 or something.
Yeah.
Rule number 1 is never let no one know how much dough you hold. So every time I'm gonna keep saying how much I make, what I have, this and that. I'm just telling people how much I have. I don't feel comfortable with that, to be honest. And I really live by these rules from the 10 crack commandments.
Ah,
Yeah.
That's your rule book.
It's like a
There's a
It's
guide.
a very simple guide, 10 rules
Yeah.
that you can implement on the streets and still in business.
Yeah.
Never,
Did you also like implement it when you were younger, when you were working in the streets?
yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Smart.
how I learned it first, and I still implement it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I want to get back to something you said a bit earlier in your story about you and your father getting arrested. Because you can't miss that story.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's very
before
interesting.
Dubai.
For that one, I'm gonna sit a little bit more straight. Let me get into my. You know this one, the more like the emo man. So, imagine one day before Christmas evening. One day before Christmas evening, you're very excited for evening and the next day. But that day, you get arrested together with your father and you go to prison. Instead of celebrating Christmas with your family, you are in a prison cell and so is your father. First of all, best fucking feeling in the world, bro. Like, it was the best feeling in the world. Like, my father got attacked by a man. And I would say this was a racist man because my father did nothing. So my father got grabbed by a man. Long story short, I attacked this man and we both ended up in prison. That's about it. So it was the last day of, it was for me no Christmas because I don't celebrate Christmas. But it was the last day of Ramadan. So it was the last day of Ramadan. We are not even allowed to fight. We are not allowed to fight. It's not allowed according to my religion. But this man challenged my father, said some things he shouldn't do. He shouldn't also mess with people he doesn't know. Yes, my father is smaller than me, gray hair, a little bit more belly than me. And the guy we fought with was in the corps. He was like something big in the army. Very big man. I even can show you pictures. I can show it right now or I can show it after the podcast. But I made pictures after beating him.
Of him.
Yes. Otherwise, you wouldn't believe the story today.
Yes, I can see it in front of how you're
It's
like
a
leaning
big-
in front
it's
of
a
him.
big man, bro. Could you open the hotspot?
I'm
wait,
very
I
interested.
actually have it.
I'm very interested to
so-
see.
You guys have to see it. Otherwise, like, you know what, this, I can tell you so much, but
We're very interested.
yeah.
We like it all.
I
Consider
got
us
it, I got
interested.
I'm
it.
very curious.
I have to get this one. Oh, there's money coming in.
Money 24/7.
It's all surprised.
Aha,
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
aha, I found it. So this is me in prison. This is a prison. I don't want to show this on
No,
camera.
no, I understand.
You know, but
Yes,
okay,
yes, yes.
Wait, this is the guy. Wait, you can swipe to the right. You can grab my phone. You can swipe to the right. Just check his face, and I want you to look at the points where I hit him. That is the most beautiful. For me,
It is a big guy.
it's a massive guy, bro.
bald guy.
Big bald guy, tattoos,
Yeah,
racist
yeah.
face. If you scroll too much to the right or left, you might see things you don't want to see.
We already did.
Oh yeah, you
I
already
didn't see
saw
anything.
things.
No, just another video or something.
No, it's fine. I'm not that insecure.
And you as a child on the couch. The picture on the couch.
Oh yeah, this is a picture where a kid.
Little Baba.
No.
Little Baba.
This is when they cut your dick. Sunnat.
Ah,
Yeah. The Turkish people know.
Painful day.
I don't remember it, bro. No, like,
long time ago.
yeah.
Long time ago. So you go to jail, but did you have to stay in jail long or just a short stint?
So for me, it was not about how short or how this. It was not really long. It was very short. But the penalty I got, that was fucked up. So I didn't have any criminal record. So I got a criminal record for 5 years, which means I cannot travel to America. I cannot get any normal jobs, nothing. Because they make a beating like I tried to murder a man. Bro, I just hit him. Yeah, so it's not like that. He attacked my father first. He even admitted it. But he has a thing in the government. He works for the government. And then he has the advantage, right?
He didn't look nearly killed. Ecombaba benadrukt in de aflevering hoe belangrijk het is om te focussen op de juiste zaken. Zeker in e-com is het belangrijk dat je een aantal taken supergoed doet om exponentieel betere omzet en resultaten te behalen.
Neem bijvoorbeeld productresearch. Het levert gigantisch veel op als je een goed systeem hebt. Zo hebben Jaro en ik tijdens ons e-com avontuur door de juiste productenresearch ruim €20.000 in 1 weekend omgezet. Alleen kost dit heel veel tijd.
Ja, want productresearch moet aan een heleboel criteria voldoen. Van hun prestaties op socials tot conversies bij andere stores en ads. En met Winning Hunter heb je alle data die je nodig hebt in één tool en vind je efficiënt en consistent winnende producten.
Je ziet welke producten de meeste omzet genereren, wat de ad spend is en welke ads viraal gaan op socials. En met Magic AI zie je hoe vaak anderen een product verkopen, in welke landen en hoe verzadigd de markt is, zodat je slim producten kunt kiezen.
Ja, je kunt winnende producten vanaf de tool rechtstreeks naar je store importeren. En via de link in de beschrijving zijn de eerste 30 product searches volledig gratis. En krijg je de eerste 3 maanden 30% korting.
Dus klik op de link en maak het complexe en tijdrovende stuk van productresearch simpel en snel met Winning Hunter.
He didn't look nearly killed, but they changed the story. Like, I didn't drop him, you know? I didn't drop this man. Like, he should be happy that I didn't drop him. But this man, they changed the story towards where he fell and I was kicking on his head. That didn't happen. He would never fall on the floor. So, I forgot the question.
I forgot. I said, how long did you have to stay in the jail?
How long? It was very short. Very short.
Couple days.
Yeah, very short. It was fun. That's what this, bro. It was the most like. Okay, I went a couple times to jail. To be honest, it was not the first time, but this time was the most fun.
Why was it fun?
I didn't really had a relationship with my father, and after this we became friends.
Oh, that's a good memory.
I never had a relationship with my father after this. We were like, it was not like we were sad. No, it was amazing, bro. Best thing that ever happened to me. My father and me, we are both laughing, by the way. We are laughing at each other. Inside we are laughing. We walked outside of the prison and we were laughing. So it was amazing. Feeling was amazing. Just the penalty was not really what I was like, yeah, it's too much, you know? 5 years, I cannot get normal jobs, nothing. I have to work for free at some place, 120 hours or 200 hours, I don't remember. Like, it was a little bit too much, but everything happens for a reason. So all the things I just told you during this podcast about all the failures I had, even this, because I had a criminal record, I had to become an entrepreneur. Because I had 50K debts, I didn't need motivation. I had enough things chasing me. I didn't need motivation to run. There were people chasing me. I had to run. So this all had meaning. And it came later. Because I have a better relationship with my father. Because this happened. I had like you guys get my point.
Yeah. No. So is it true that at some point you got kicked out of the house? Or no?
For my parents? No. At my parents' house, I can always come there. Like, I'm always welcome. Good. Family is always taking care of me. I got kicked out of my previous house because I lived by myself with my girlfriend, and I couldn't pay rent. So yeah, then you get kicked out.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you compare the Netherlands, your home country, to Dubai, how was it? How was it with your success? You had a little bit of success already in the Netherlands. Then you went to Dubai. Did you really grow exponential, like scale up? Did you have like a big growth in Dubai, or did it went slow?
No, so the moment I was in Dubai, in the beginning when I went to Dubai, I just locked in. I just worked, that's it. But when I really moved to Dubai, you would expect, I was networking. No, bro. I started partying. I started getting worse.
Really?
So I started like, there's two things. Dubai can break you and it can make you.
Yeah.
I stopped.
We know.
Yeah. I stopped working. The grind was gone.
Really?
There was only a part of me that started enjoying life. But now the thing comes. I was making money too often. Let me say it like that. What do I mean by that? Every day I look at my bank, I get paid 5 times. Because I'm not just a drop shipper. No. I had a SaaS, like I had apps. I built apps. I sold the company. I have a lot of businesses, behind the scenes. So I was getting salary 5 times a day. And if you spend it and your bank account is still going up, yeah, that's where comfort comes. So I started enjoying life. At some point, it almost gave me like a depression. I don't want to say depressed, but it gave me a bad feeling towards myself because growth, it stopped. I was not busy with growth. I was not going to the gym and shit. No, bro, I was enjoying Dubai. And then I became unhappy. And then I don't look back too much, but I looked back once to think what I enjoyed the most. And it was growth. To keep working, to grow as a person. And it's not money related only. It's like me growing. So when you go to sleep, that you're like, hey, I did do enough today. And tomorrow I'm a better human. Just like that. And that stopped. So I was not happy anymore. So I changed it and I started working. I started networking, meeting with the right people. And I started setting new goals because the goals in Netherlands that I had were too small.
Yeah.
I got more, God gave me way more than I asked for.
Yeah,
and I didn't know how to handle it.
Yeah. So I want to get into the networking part because you started meeting, I think, very influential people at some point. Before that, I really wonder, because at the lowest point of your life, you tried to commit suicide. In your growth towards more success, were there still periods where you were maybe depressed or down, and how did you handle those periods? Or were they completely done?
Yeah, like I just mentioned, I just had one period where I stopped growing, where I started enjoying because I thought, I have a lot of money. Everything is automated. I didn't even have to look at my business. My business didn't need me, But the business also stopped growing because I was not there. I was not looking at it at all. So that's where I kind of a little bit got it. But then I started making new goals, new vision, and I worked towards that.
Yeah.
So that was a part how you handle it, Yeah.
At what kind of things did you spend your money?
With things that are on your table. Yeah, and around me, a lot of things, a lot of stupid things.
Yeah, distracting things.
Yes, very distracting. Yeah,
Fun, can be fun though.
very big things.
Big things.
Big distracting things.
Yeah,
Big
yeah,
distracting. Yeah.
Nice, man. Okay, and you say that you had a lot of companies. How did you start all those companies? Because we have the Lotgenoten podcast. We have a podcast, but we are pretty busy with just one company. I'm curious. You have a lot of companies, and you didn't have anything to do. How did it come?
Automated. So you need a person. First of all, why do you guys equally work hard? Do you think? Do you both work hard?
I hope so.
I always work harder than him.
Yeah.
He works harder, I work smarter. That's the difference, I think.
No, it can be, and it's fine. It's completely fine. But the thing is, you guys have a percentage on the business. And I would assume it's 50-50. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. So you guys are doing your absolute best to grow the business and to make sure this business stays alive. So in order to automate things, I give away percentages. And when I get into a business, so when I have a new business, I take percentages and I make sure that I am not the person you need. Yes, I built bridges, but I'm not going to walk together with you on the bridge. I'll show you the bridge. You can walk over it. I built even the bridge.
Yeah.
But that's about it. I don't want to see how you walk, I'm not gay. I'm not going to walk behind you and look at, that's how he walks, you walk there. You give me my cut. I'll make sure the bridge is well
you
built.
said in the beginning, you are the middleman.
I'm a middleman, yeah.
So do you come up with ideas, or do people come to you and pitch that business ideas?
So I'm an executor. I think I do straight away. When I think about something, I do it immediately. I don't have to watch a YouTube tutorial. I want to fail. Because like I said during this whole podcast, every lesson came from failure. So when I have an idea, I just do it. And if I fail, I'm not I failed. No, I learned a lesson. I'm not going to do this mistake ever in my life again. I learn and I grow. That's it. And only take businesses you can take. We only have 24 hours. So at some point you're buying time. In my house, I have 2 maids. Like I said, they bring food, they bring coffee. I have an automated life. So I have enough time.
Yeah.
You have like certain books that you have read.
Yes, but I will never share books that I read in my life because that's how sheeps are created, if you ask me. What is a sheep? A sheep is someone that goes the same way as everyone. And if everyone, mention one book. Say one book.
Think and Grow Rich.
Every single person on earth has memorized that book. So we all think the same. Are you exceptional now? You aren't. So that's why I will never share the books I read. I read books. The books I read, I haven't seen anyone talking about these books. And I want to keep it like that.
Can you show it after the podcast?
No,
Maybe.
I can't. I can show you one book. Yeah, I have it with me actually. Yeah,
It goes everywhere. I think I know which book it is. I think I heard you mention it somewhere.
you can say it.
Is it the one behind you, The Alchemist?
No, I'm not even gonna look behind me because there's no way you know it. Because nobody knows. There's only 2 humans in the world alive today that know which books they are.
Okay.
And
Cool.
they live in my house in Dubai. Both. And,
The
you know,
mates.
so yeah,
Your
no,
mates.
3 people actually. That's 3. Because the other one walked in later on while I had it, you know. So
Yeah.
it's a very powerful book. That's why I don't want people to read it.
Actually, that was the thing. I was watching a podcast and you were talking about a book you wanted to read, but you didn't read yet. That was the one.
Correct. I had 2 books I traveled with around the world. It's traveled to like 7 countries with me. I never read any page. Yeah,
A well-traveled book
a
that hasn't been read.
book. Yeah,
It's a big book.
it is big, and like I wish I chose like a smaller one. You know, it's like I had to carry it with me every time.
Yeah. It's from Robert.
I don't even know. I didn't read the title.
No, that book was like, I think, Atomic Habits or something like that.
From James Clear.
No,
It's a good
no,
question.
James.
I really don't know. I'm genuinely gonna check.
But
Like,
it's
I'm
a
thinking,
powerful
but
book.
I don't know.
Powerful. Like
No, it's not the book
No,
he's
I'm not
talking about. It's
I'm
just
not
a
talking
different
about.
book he
The
talked
books
about in the
that
podcast.
I actually genuinely read them,
Yeah.
but I don't read them. I study them. So every page
It's different.
It's different.
Is it the Quran?
It's not the Quran. Actually, I want to read the Quran, but I'm talking right now about a powerful book which you can order, but it doesn't have a lot of order. It doesn't have a lot of reviews. It's
I think I know which one it is. Do you want me to say it or
You
just
can
keep
say
it?
it. There's no way ever you will guess it.
Is it the Corporate Machiavelli?
The Prince.
No, it's close one, and that's one book I have in my bag. So
Yeah,
you guessed
yeah.
one book. Hey, but you
It's
didn't guess
closer.
it. And that was the book I was already about to show you.
Okay.
So I was
That's
gonna
good.
show you the Corporate Prince
Corporate
Machiavelli.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
one book. But there's another book, and there's no way you will guess it.
The 5 Rings.
He guessed one, and like I'm impressed.
Okay, nice.
I also thought like powerful book. 48 Laws of Power. You have the 5 Rings. What do you have? You have like.
I mean, I don't know, breakthrough advertising. There's a lot of books. I don't know, but I'm not gonna play the guessing game for the rest of
that's
the
fine. That's
podcast.
fine.
That was good, bro. Like
But
I
we
only
already
have 2
have
books
one.
with me, and the one
Nice,
I wanted
man.
to show, he guessed it.
It's very good.
But that one is it's a great book though. But,
You have it printed out.
Bro, like I'm gonna show you that book, and you're gonna understand one thing. That I don't like reading. It's only 70 pages. I have like, like
yeah,
I have
it's a hard
summaries of
book to
books.
get as well. Like to order the Corporate Machiavelli,
Yeah, I
you
have
to
articles like
look very hard.
Yeah, I have
on the
multiple.
internet.
There, I don't have one. I have multiple versions. There's a lot of things.
Yeah,
Great, man. That's great. What is like?
interesting.
What is one lesson that you learned when in Dubai? Different. You have like a different environment. You have different people around you. What is like one thing that people in the Netherlands have to know about Dubai and what you learned there?
The sky is the limit. The sky is the limit, really. Like a Lambo in the Netherlands, I've never seen it in my neighborhood. Never, ever. I don't think it even entered. It will enter because of me one day, but I mean, I can do it already. But but the thing is, the sky is the limit. My neighbor has a lot of cars, but it's not about the cars. His license plate is a 6. You know, he has a 6 as license. No, a 8. He has a double 8. He has he has around $10 million of license plates.
And what does the 6 or the 8 mean?
That's like- So Dubai operates like a business, like I said. So Dubai understands that how demand and supply works, you know, demand and supply. So you want something, there's not many of them, And if you get a license plate with one number or two numbers or double numbers, it increases in value. And actually, getting a license plate is even an investment that grows. It's like buying a Rolex. You know, you buy it, it grows in value. You can trade with it, you can sell it, and it's a big flex. It's like showing your dick without removing your pants. That's like, you know.
The biggest one is the number 1, right? Or the 0? Like there's a very expensive one, right?
Like it's all sheikhs, bro, below the 10. That's what I believe in. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. Also, usually on like not even very expensive cars, right? Like just a Nissan car, but with a very expensive license plate
Yes,
on it.
that's what he did. He has a Rolls Royce. My neighbor has a Rolls Royce 88, like the new Rolls Royce. And he has a lot of cars, like a Lambo, this, Aston Martin. He has all the new cars. And he has bought a Chinese car for 20K. And that's where the 1 digit is on. Like I'm saying, he's just, this is a flex, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
So you come to Dubai and you start meeting new people. How do you start networking and start creating a network of high net worth people which have a lot of influence and are valuable to have in your circles?
Yeah, so first of all, I went to a lot of networking events, dinners, and I just went there. And I was on the wrong place a lot of times. So if you do e-com and you're doing dropshipping, and you're sitting with people that do only Amazon or bol.com, like the Dutch people know, I don't belong at that table. They're talking about different things. I don't even understand them. They don't understand me. They're like, oh, you have an own site? Oh, you like, they don't understand me. I don't understand them, you know?
Yeah.
Different language. And there's levels to the game. You have a beginner, you have someone average. And first of all, what I did wrong is by sitting at the wrong tables, wrong audience, wrong people. I didn't even want to know them. Like I was bored. I was genuinely bored. Like I was smoking twice as much that day, you know, like it was very boring. And I just removed myself. I also don't waste time, by the way. I say, yo, guys, I'm bouncing. You just came. I know. I'm going again. Yeah. So you have to find the right people. But before you sit at a table, people do that wrong. Let's say this. You sit at a table and there's a lot of valuable people around it. At that table, they look at your values. What do you bring to the table? So when I had the point in my life that I became valuable for billionaires, for very influential people, by solving problems for them, I could access these tables. And at these tables, I had value, which was interesting in both ways. They also wanted to network with me. Why would they network with me if I'm a useless piece of shit, right?
Yeah.
Life is a value trade. That's how I see it. And it's not about money, by the way. I'm not a very materialistic person. It can be my value. I could be sitting with 10 billionaires and my value could be that I'm a fucking funny guy. I'm so funny, they laugh with me. That's the value I bring to the table.
Yeah.
So my value is equal to a clown maybe for them, but I'm still there, you know? Yeah, so that's the value trade. And it's with a lot of things.
How did you start finding out what the value was you could bring to those tables?
By looking at their problems and solving them.
Which problems did you solve for them?
Well, the thing is, when you work with very influential people, it can be presidents, it can be billionaires, it can be the most famous people on earth, they really are on their privacy, and I respect that. Yeah, so I cannot exclude
Oh,
that,
so you cannot say it. Unfortunately. Okay.
So at some point, you, of course, we all know Andrew Tate. He was the most spoken about man on the planet at some point.
Mm-hmm.
How did you meet and interact with Andrew Tate?
So how I met and interacted with Andrew Tate. So this was before I moved to Dubai. I was in Dubai, but just like working there, traveling a little bit around the world. So one day, that day I was locked in. I was locked in Sonder, in Business Bay, in my room, working on my business. I ordered some sushi, and I'm looking at a podcast of Andrew Tate, because I like to watch something while I eat, right? So I'm eating sushi, I'm looking at his podcast, and I say it out loud. I say, I'm gonna be working so hard, and I'm gonna become so valuable, that one day, I will be sitting with people like him. The next week, I get a message. I'm invited to Romania. So I met him in my head here. I visualized it, that I'm there, that I'm, and I met him a week later after that. And I cannot exclude too much about it, to be honest. That's one thing. But what I can say is I just solve problems. We are friends with Andrew Tate. He's a very nice man in real life. They are just like on their videos, very humble, down to earth. That's what I experienced,
Interesting.
What did you do when you were in Romania? Like, not the business, but did you also like did fun things over there?
Yes. So the first time I went to Romania, Andrew was with Piers Morgan, I think, his first podcast.
Really?
So he was not there. So he was not in Romania. So I have seen Tristan, Luke, and Luke Barnett, one of their friends. So we went out to eat some steak. We ate some steak. Tristan then invited me for a cigar. It's at like a cigar lounge next to the restaurant. We had a cigar. And then he said like, hey, Veli, you're a nice guy. We're going to party tonight. Would you like to come? Yeah, like to be like, I want to shout like, yeah, like you can't. You have to be, stay grounded. So I'm like, yeah, sure. I was like a little girl from the inside. Not gonna lie. I'm a fan of them, I'm really inspired by them. Yes, I'm a fan. I don't agree with everything they do or say or what, but I'm inspired by them. I'm really inspired by them. And I'm a loyal man. I'm a loyal soldier with the Tates. That's what I can say. I'm super loyal with them. I respect them and I look up to them. And I learned a lot from them. And so I do have some people I got inspired by.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of fun. Like one thing I can tell you is Tristan Tate is the first man that I ever seen that gave me the feelings that aura exists. Like this man walks and moves. Everything is like a Hollywood movie. It is so smooth. How he walks, how he does things. It's insane. And I learned a lot from Tristan Tate. One lesson I would like to give, actually, that I learned from Tristan is I had to make a huge decision. And I asked Tristan, okay, I need to make this decision, blah, blah. Can you help me? And he said, I can't help you with that. Sit in front of the mirror, talk 20 minutes to the mirror, and you will have your answer. I did. And ever since, I'm doing it daily. Now it's in my routine. I'm talking with my mirror, because with your mirror, you're not going to lie. You can also practice how you speak. You can practice a lot of things. So I started using the mirror daily now. I use it for a day. I use it every day for 1 hour, but I added some things to it. For example, ChatGPT. My ChatGPT is trained. It's trained. It knows everything about me. Like if you want to know everything about me, steal my phone, use ChatGPT. We'll go to my passwords and stuff. ChatGPT, you know everything.
What do you do on ChatGPT then?
I train it. So if I ask now ChatGPT to speak with me, it speaks with a certain language. I even gave it modes. When I say no mercy mode, it says no mercy mode activated, and it starts talking recklessly. My ChatGPT, I really train it. I use it daily. It's very powerful because AI is the future. You adapt, you stay behind, or you die. It's up to you.
And when you talk to the mirror, what are the questions that you ask, or what are the things that you are talking about? Like, what are the subjects?
It depends on the day. Like it could be anything. So first of all, I want you to understand how the mirror looks for me. So in my daily routine, I have a little bit of weird routine. For me, I wake up, coffee, cigarette, and I'm not like laying a little bit. I wake up instant, bro. I'm like, don't be a bitch, get up. I get up and I stand up. And the first mission for me, I have a mission, the coffee machine. Straight to the coffee machine, I press, okay, I have coffee, cigarette. I walk to the bathroom, I lock it up, no phone. Sometimes slightly little bit music. I lock the door just like it's prison, because prison was the place where I could think the deepest, the best. So every day I lock myself in, and in my bathroom I have a mirror, of course. So there I start using the mirror. And if it's with ChatGPT, back to your question, or like how I use the mirror is I'm letting ChatGPT ask me questions. For example, imagine we are in a podcast. Ask me questions. Okay, when I say something wrong, I want to sound like a powerful man. Teach me what I should do. I have learned so much from ChatGPT. But I also look at sources, because ChatGPT, AI, everything is going to become dangerous. If ChatGPT is going to give me information For example, I looked up before I came here. I know that 90% of the Netherlands speaks English, so it's fine, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's
English.
great. And then I look at the sources, where they come from. You also need to know the source, where the information comes from. Because AI could be lying to me, and if I believe that, I'm believing a lie. You know, I could mislead myself.
Yeah.
I'm careful with AI, but I'm definitely using it.
Cool. So, what are your like future plans for business? Because as you said, you have a lot of different businesses you're into. In some podcasts, I heard you say you want to create 5 passive incomes, which create a 100K monthly passive income.
Correct.
Is that the main goal you want to have, or did you achieve the goal and are you on to bigger goals? Because you said before, at some point, you had everything automated. You could just spend money and live, but you got bored.
Yes. So my goals were too small. Correct. So to be honest, I know everything. It's here. I already lived that life. You cannot see it yet. You don't see me living that life yet, but I'm already there. I know exactly where I'm going. I know my goals. I know my goals. I know where I'm towarding to. I know exactly what everything looks like in the future in my mind. I created that in my mind. That's where I live towards to. So yes, I will never change things I said. 5 things, 5 incomes. That's what I want, because I want peace. If you want peace, you have to be ready for war. That's first of all. But you also need a stable income. You need everything, you know, to have, in order to have peace. And I learned that from a billionaire, and he said like, yo, how much incomes do you have? And I said 1. I have 1 income. I was just working a job. And he took let me grab my phone. And he said, okay, you have 1 income. See it as a pillar. This is your house. Income gone, house gone. I have 5. 4 can be gone, 3 can be gone, 2 can be gone. But until the 5th is gone, I will find a new way. I heard that and I'm like, I understand you. And it doesn't have to be businesses. It can be real estate, it can be investments, it can be a lot of things at the same time.
For young entrepreneurs, when do they need to start with their second income?
When do they need to start with their second income? I mean, if they can grab it, why not? If you can grab it and you think you can handle it, and you know you can handle it, and you know it fits with your time, and you can automate the rest, then you can start it. So just look at the facts first. How many hours per day do you work? Is it 12? Let's say you work 12 hours a day. Okay, now you automated your business a little bit more, or your lifestyle, or whatever. And you have 2 hours. Can you use these 2 hours to start the second one? Is that enough? Is it genuinely enough? If not, then you have to change some things. So for me, it's like input, output. What you put in, you get back. You know, and if you want to automate, that was one of my biggest mistakes. I automated with people on salaries. Doesn't work. Because they don't see it as a business, they see it as a salary. And I have worked jobs. When the boss doesn't look, no way I work. I'm not working. Unless I respect the boss, by the way. If you're a respected boss, yes, they will work also behind you. But they will not really, really care genuinely for the business, for the growth.
Yeah.
You have to treat your people well.
Yeah.
So you really implement like a commission-based or performance-based pay?
Like with us, it's like a brotherhood. The wise guys is a brotherhood. It's not. It's like where business, you know, it becomes family. We actually believe in that. And that's what we create.
So you also share the shares, like the aandelen?
Yeah, shares.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Correct. Everyone has their own shares. Correct.
Yeah.
The best motivation.
So you make all the people in your company that work there also have a piece of the company, so therefore they're extra motivated.
Yes.
Yeah.
For example, have you seen things like, but the wise guys, like our team is very big. We are like with around 50 people.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, have you seen the Boof Burger?
Yeah.
Have you seen the chicken cheese?
Yeah.
Behind all these companies, of course, there's graphic designers, these are also wise guys. We are also behind these kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
All the rappers, you see them immigrating to Dubai.
Yeah.
One, like the biggest names, I was there with them. We helped their immigration. I'm behind a lot of businesses. But I don't want to put myself out there like, yo, look, I do this and that, you know? Like, for example, I have a Spanish community. Everyone thinks I only have the wise guys. No, right now we're working on a Spanish community.
Do you speak Spanish as well?
Like,
Sí.
like I can speak a little bit.
poco.
Yeah, a little bit, but not too much.
Not too much.
Not too much.
With ChatGPT, you can talk.
6 weeks, bro. 6 weeks Mexico. I learned a lot, you know. I don't want to
Hi, papi.
I don't want to say. You knew it.
This is only between the walls, man.
I don't want to say too much.
Yes.
Some patron, and then you can have a good time in Mexico.
Can you talk about your community, about Wise Guys?
Yes. So the Wise Guys is a group created for one and one reason. In e-com, it's very lonely at some point, right? Everything is online. You're not really seeing people around you. And if I don't do business with someone, I don't really have time. Because all the time I have right now, I have to put it in my business in order to achieve my goals. So the Wise Guys is created as a group where we can still hang out together because we're making money together, right? Mm-hmm. We have a mutual goal. We have a vision. We're working towards that. The community, we started it around like 3 years ago. And we have 12K members inside the community, like around 500 paid. I never did any marketing. No organic growth, no paid ads. I'm not even posting it that much on my stories. Just by word of mouth, it grew to this level. And we didn't make any noise. So back to the 10 crack commandments of Biggie. It's also one of the rules. You move in silence. And that's what we did. You know, where everyone thinks, oh, he's not doing anything. Oh, they're not making any noise. Yes, that was our move. So this year, we will make some moves. And yeah, we are ready for that.
Can you tell us a little bit more about what's coming? Give the people a sneak peek.
So this podcast is the launch of my personal brand. This month, it is the time that I'm going to launch my personal brand. I'm going to be posting videos every day. And I'm going to start this month. Great. If not, I'm a bitch. Yeah. So I'm going to start with that. And my personal brand, I'm going to kick it off. I'm going to be out there. I'm going to tell my story. And when people follow my journey, they will see that everything I do is real. I'm going to stay true, honorable, respectful. That's kind of about it.
What's the main takeaway you would like the people to get from your story?
To be honest, the reason I came to this podcast today, before I came to this podcast today, I called my mother. I was in Dubai, I called my mother. I said, Mama, I'm going to go to a podcast, but I have to be honest. I will talk about suicide, about bad things. She's like, no, don't go. She said, don't talk about these things. I said, then I won't go. She said, but talk with your father. And my father, I called him and I said like, okay, can I say it? He's like, yeah, just do it. Be proud of what you did. I'm proud of you, son. Just say it. Go out there.
That's great.
So as a revenge on my mother, like normally I wanted to talk Dutch on a podcast. Mm-hmm. But now, Mama, you can better hope they have translations in Dutch because you won't understand anything. Yeah, right, Mama? Yeah. You said no, so Mama, yeah.
No more podcast.
You can hope for translations. But yeah, anyway, I just want to be like honest. And the only thing I said to my mother, this is the answer I gave my mother, and my mom said it's beautiful. And she said, you should say things like that on a podcast. So, Mama, I'm going to say it on a podcast. Yes. I say it, and it's according to Islam. If one man kills another man, it is equal that he killed the world. And if one man saves another man, it is equal that he saved the world. So I said to my mother, I said, my intention, as my clear intention, I'm going to go to that podcast and I hope that one person will be inspired. Maybe he's going through shit. Maybe he looks at me and he's like, yo, I shouldn't complain. This man comes from worse. And I want one person to get inspired. And that's the only take I have. Just one. I can have one viewer and I want to be that one guy to be inspired by me. That's my only goal.
And if you inspire that one person, you inspire the world.
Yes.
That's great, man.
We're actually talking to a guy who, what do you call it? Bekeren in English. Reverted to Islam as well. And he was also talking about the same principle. And I think it's a very powerful thing. So, yeah, man, beautiful. Great to hear. And so what are the goals for you personally for the coming years? So apart from, of course, maybe building more businesses and success and whatever, those things are all fine. But what would you like to accomplish as a person?
I want to live to my name, Ecombaba, the father of e-commerce. And that's what I want to achieve. So I want to become like, no, I will become the father of e-commerce. I actually would say that if you do e-com and you do some decent numbers and you don't know me, are you really doing e-commerce? I don't think so. I don't think you do e-com if you don't know me already. Because people in e-com, they need me. A lot of people need me for solutions for this and that. I'm moving different because I learned from my mistakes. Right now, a lot of businesses that a lot of people use, they don't even know it's my business. There's no name there, nothing. There's no face. There's no trail from me. And yeah, slowly, step by step, I will be the father of e-commerce. That's what I want to myself.
Then suddenly.
Yeah.
What is your biggest strength as an entrepreneur? Because of course you started in e-commerce, but as I heard you said in another podcast as well, is that you much rather prefer sales, for example. So what's really truly the strength you have as an entrepreneur that brought you to where you are today?
I have big balls. That is it. Like, I have balls. A lot of people hesitate. Should I do it? Should I have an idea, I just do it. I execute immediately. And indeed, sales is the most important thing in the world. How does business work? Let me talk about business. And I'm going to keep it short about business. What is business? You have either way a service or a product. You do marketing, you get sales. When I say to someone, I want you to start with a business, you know, I'm telling, I'm inspiring people. You're inspired, right? Okay, you want to start a business. What you start with? What do they start with? What product I sell? What service can I do? No, you start with sales. The other way around. Does it really matter? If I open a barbershop and I never touch someone's hair, does it really matter? You know, it's about the money. You look at what you can attract, how you sell, how to sell. Back to where I was on my laptop, how did I start looking at things? I said, who wants to spend their money today? That was my whole vision, how everything changed. So that's what people should do. Focus on sales, sales, sales. Marketing, service, product, that's something else. If you can sell it, it doesn't matter, bro.
What is one lesson that you want to give your younger self?
One lesson that I want to give my younger self. If you really want power, start understanding what power means. Power also means control. Power means control. Control is also control over yourself. It's not only about the people. Like, you have to control yourself, the things around you, and your future. If you really want to become powerful, start understanding what power means and start always with yourself. One thing I made as a mistake, so one lesson I would like to give to my younger self is, you are the problem, nobody else. It is not, school, fuck the system, jobs, like my job, I cannot get a job, I don't get enough money, fuck the economy. No, fuck you. It's like, you are the problem. You know, every business works, everything works. Amazon works, Forex works, dropshipping works, crypto works, this works. The only, like, a lot of people say like, oh, these are scams, this. No, it's a business. Every business works. The problem is they don't work. They don't work. They don't blame themselves. They blame others. And I was a person that blamed everyone around him except himself. So the moment I started blaming myself for my own actions, then that's the moment I changed. So I would say, fuck you to my own self. Fuck you. That's what I would say.
Great, man. All I want to say is thank you, man.
Yeah, man.
For the podcast.
Veli, thank you for sharing your story and
thank you,
sharing
guys.
the value, man.
I brought you guys one thing for let's close the podcast, which is obviously, I want you guys.
thank you very much, man.
This is great, man.
So thanks for the invite, guys, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
It was a fun podcast. I really enjoyed it. I felt comfortable,
Good to hear.
and yeah, I hope to see you guys in the future in English, man. More English, bro.
We're
You guys
gonna
have
see,
to
we're
change this
gonna
podcast
see.
game.
English
We're gonna
man.
see.
Yes, yes.
And we will see you maybe next time in Dubai.
Habibi.
Habibi. Inshallah.
Yes.
Okay,
Veli,
thank you, man.
See you next time. Bye.